This is another house we did, which is in Juhu. It's like right on the beachfront. The right side is what the house kind of looked like. It's a series of kind of row houses that exist right at the end of the beach. The house, it needed like desperate repair. So we actually stripped all the walls off. We asked to reduce the load on kind of the building. But I think one is always looking at something beyond, and that what is one really attempting to do in terms of design, besides all the kind of pragmatics of the project, besides all the functional requirements and stuff like that. So we're looking eventually at kind of this simple portal of space that kind of frames the horizon that one kind of sees over there, and suspended within is kind of this wooden box that contains the master bedroom. It is also something that came out of what is existing, and that's pretty much to us the kind of core of the project. And this wooden box that kind of is suspended from above is something that kind of trickles into or leaks into all parts of the project. On the left, what you see is that besides these two elements of the portal and this kind of main wooden box, we also had kind of this wood-clad box in the front which contains services, and there's this other metal box which is containing the staircase, and there's a yellow glass tube that kind of becomes a bridge that one crosses across. So that's kind of the frontage of the house. We kind of come in through this large double height opening. Yeah, and you see this kind of box which floats right in the middle, and kind of things that happen kind of surround the house in different ways over here. So that's the staircase. So as soon as you enter, you see this, it's a 10 mm thick plate, suspended 3 stories above, doesn't touch the ground, barely touches the side on one side. It's structural, it holds up the staircase, but it also kind of encloses the stair as you kind of move through, and you can see that as a series of drawings. So that's a section through this kind of tube across the house. The idea was that you kind of play hide and seek with the views, and you kind of get these glimpses through slots which kind of look out at the view as well. But you kind of get a very interesting experience. So it's kind of this really tight, compressed space through which you move, and then it culminates at the top in this kind of a little puja room. So that's essentially the space. So as you can see here, there's the wooden ceiling is the bottom of the master bedroom, and the little slot on the just below it is there are other rooms there which you kind of get a sense of transparency through the frosted glass. There's a living dining, there's a family room, and there's a little sit out on the left, and there's a pool that it kind of opens out to. We also punctured a thin small light well right in the middle, so it kind of becomes this little courtyard which brings light into the heart of the space. So that's the room you see right next to the dining on this side, and it's also something that brings light into the study. So here you see 2 corners of the box on the first floor. So the box actually infiltrates all the spaces, and that's really what becomes the connector between everything. So this is one of the bedrooms, and that box opens up to become a little desk, and this is the other side where it kind of leads up a few steps into the master bedroom. This is the light well which we cut, and the yellow is actually this glass bridge, so you get this sense of being kind of thrown out and then kind of back into the interior. It's a frameless glass, colored glass box. So the white actually becomes the portal, and it's not only aesthetic, it's actually structural. So there's a beam on the top of that from which you can see the steel rod on one corner of the wooden box. So the slab is actually suspended, it's hung from the top over there. So we can actually eliminate the column on the ground floor. So it kind of opens up that corner towards the pool and the garden in that sense over here. Thank you.